Hi everyone, welcome to 𝗖𝗵𝗵𝗺 and this is going to be the last session of ours in the topic blood and CVS infections, right? And the name of the topic is Pyrexia of Unknown Origin. That means fever of unknown origin, right? So fever of unknown origin means despite of intensive investigations, I am not able to understand why it is happening, okay, right? So, what is the definition? So, there has to be some definition, no? Otherwise, first year MBBS student will label all the pyrexias as pyrexia of unknown origin only, okay? So, the definition says that it is the persistent and prolonged febrile illness. So, first of all, it is a persistent and a prolonged febrile illness of unknown etiology, that means you do not know the cause, despite of intense investigations and diagnosis, because you have taken out so many investigations, but you are not able to identify the cause. The new definition now says that it is seen, the pyrexia of unknown origin has to be in a, if you are labeling some pyrexia, some fever in a patient, you should know that the patient should be a known case of immunocompromised, right? So, somehow the immunity should be less. Then the fever is more than 101 degree Fahrenheit on 2 occasions and more than 3 weeks. So, can you see 1, 2, 3 coming? So, more than 101 for 2 occasions in a period of more than equal to 3 weeks, okay. And what are the investigations you have carried? You have carried CBC, you have carried interferon gamma analysis, LDH and the C-reactive protein, LIC. जिंदगी के साथ भी, जिंदगी के बाद भी, okay, this is the mnemonic, LIC. So, L for LDH, I for interferon gamma and C for CBC and C-reactive protein. So, first of all, known case of immunocompromise. Then 1, 2, 3, 101 Fahrenheit on 2 occasions for more than equal to 3 weeks. Then LIC, LIC means LDH, interferon gamma, CBC and C-reactive protein, okay. After that, etiology, see, very important, the most common cause of pyrexia of unknown origin is infection. Second most common cause is cancer, neoplasm. Third one is non-neoplastic inflammation and the fourth one is thrombocytic causes, that means because of formation of thrombus. So, it can be divided into 2 types. One is going to be bacterial, other is going to be non-bacterial. So, one is the infection I have told you. So, infectious one can be divided into 2 types, rather I should say, and the 2 types are bacterial as well as non-bacterial, because second most common is cancer, okay, then non-infectious, non-cancerous cause, and in the end you have got thrombus. But infectious one is caused, it is divided into 2 parts, the bacterial and the non-bacterial. So, if I focus on bacterial, you have got some pelvic inflammatory disease. Most of the times pelvic inflammatory disease is diagnosed, but sometimes it is not, okay. And then you have got suppurative thrombophlebitis. Oh my God, suppurative means having pus. Thrombophlebitis means you have got thrombus in the vessels. And it might be having some diseases like mycoplasma is not always seen. Mycobacteria is also not seen. So, myco, easy to remember, mycoplasma, mycobacteria. Then mycobacteria, okay, pick up that 𝗖𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗺, okay, and the other ones are brucella and typhoid. So, those of you who have seen my brucella video, I have mentioned this many times that my father had the same disease and we were very worried, honestly, because it is one of the causes for pyrexia of unknown origin, because to capture brucella is very difficult, okay. So, brucella and typhoid, so B and T, obviously pyrexia of unknown origin gives BT to the patient, okay. So, mycoplasma, mycobacteria, rickettsia, chlamydia and obviously the BT, brucella and typhoid. Whereas non-bacterial ones can be divided into viruses, parasites and fungus. In order to remember fungus, A, B, C, C for Candida, A for Aspergillus, B for blastomycosis. And for parasites, the mnemonic is MALT. So, what is MALT? Malaria, amoeba, leishmania, toxoplasma, trypanosoma. MALT is the mnemonic. malaria, amoeba, leishmania, toxoplasma, trypanosoma. And if you see viruses, they are mostly starting with the H and E. Okay? HIV, HSV, Epstein-Barr virus, and yes, cytomegalovirus also. So this is a list. The organisms are not very easily caught, so we should suspect these organisms if your diagnosis is PUO. Okay. Now, how to diagnose them? So, for B and T, the brucella and typhoid, okay, and in fact, for all the parasites, you have to do blood investigations because all the parasites, the brucella, the typhoid, they are seen in the blood. Whereas amoeba, obviously, when we'll discuss entamoeba, I'll tell you that it is seen in the stool wet mount. So, you have to do the stool wet mount. Which stain will you use? The Gram stain, the Ziehl-Neelsen stain. Okay, I have already told you. For fungus, we use the GMS stain, gamma-methamine silver stain. Okay, GMS. This you have to remember. There is nothing to, no concept is there, so there is nothing to teach. Okay, then periodic acid shift stain, PAS stain, which you call it as. So these are the different stains which you are supposed to use. Then you can see the culture, seborrheic dextrose agar. The time when I have discussed Candida, the previous video was of Candida. In Candida, I told you, you have to use SDA. So the mnemonic was like this, Candida. So DA, dextrose agar. Okay. Blood agar, I have told you, blood for brucella and typhoid. This you have to use. See here, this is Mycobacterium tuberculosis and this is the LJ media known as Lowenstein-Jensen media. Lowenstein-Jensen media. And this colonies, can you see this yellow colonies? These belong to Mycobacterium tuberculosis. I say T and L look very similar. So T for tuberculosis and L for LJ media. And in order to diagnose viruses, you have to check for the different cell lines. In serological tests, yes, some pyrexias are not because of, they can't be seen on the culture and stains. So for them, you have to check the serum. There are some different serum antibodies which are roaming. So you have to pick up those antibodies. How will you do? Yesterday only I told you standard brucella. Remember brucella. So you have got standard agglutination test. Cold agglutination test is for mycoplasma. Can you see the CO coming here? Mycoplasma cold agglutination test. And then you have got microscopic agglutination, that is for leptospira. Okay, you got it? That's great. Now, rheumatoid arthritis factor, RA factor is also checked because rheumatoid is arthritis and itis inflammation leads to fever. If you are suspecting rickettsia, check 𝗲𝗵𝗵𝗿. If you are having a suspect of typhoid, do Vidal. And yes, the ultimate Brahmastra is going to be the RT-PCR, the molecular method RT-PCR. So this way you can check intensively, aggressively to find the cause of pyrexia of unknown origin, right? So this is the end of the class, pyrexia of unknown origin. Thank you so much.